Hey everybody, it's time for this week's Ask Rad. And as you can see, we're going to be doing fairy messages for the week. For the week of November 26th through December 2nd. So, hi guys, how you doing? Did you survive the holiday weekend? It sounds like it was kind of crazy out there. So, and frankly, we are probably going to see all kinds of messages in this week's Ask Rad that have a lot to do with the way people experienced this past holiday weekend and what the rest of the holiday season is going to kind of look at. So again, if you're just tuning in, we're using fairy tarot cards to get fairy messages for the week. All right, so let's see. My Instagram, hey Facebook. And okay. So the first card is Six of Winter, which is a card that does make sense to me coming off of this particular weekend, especially if you found the weekend to be stressful or anxiety laden. Some people live for this particular weekend. I'm not one of those people because I don't really like the whole shopping thing. It's like you. And so if you were one of those people who basically did all the prep for your family, made this big meal, did all of this stuff, hosted everybody, and then went straight into all of this shopping stuff that happens right after that day for Black Friday and whatever all of the other nicknames are for this time of year, then you might have found that to be anxiety laden. And so this is a card that talks about Monday and Tuesday of the week of November 26th or December 2nd as sort of coming out of that anxiety laden time, coming out of the troubled time. So Monday and Tuesday, we might come into this place where it's kind of like, okay, breathe, try to breathe, try to kind of come out of that anxiety-laden time and into where things start to feel a little bit better. Now, for Wednesday and Thursday, this is a good card. I like this. This card is balance. In traditional tarot, it's called Temperance. And so this is where we start to find some balance, and so this can mean a lot of things. It can mean working with other people and compromising, paying attention to their points of view, and deciding how that fits into your life. Karen's saying, no shopping. I'm starting my new Reiki business. Well, starting a business is no walk in the park either. So, but anyway, Wednesday, Thursday. So this is where we hopefully find some balance. Now, this card can also mean the necessary energy output, the necessary energy being put into having to procreate that balance. And I know that for my week, this coming week is insanity for me. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are crazy busy, literally appointment after appointment after appointment after appointment after appointment, and a list that is ages long of things to do. And so, at least for me, I know that being able to find balance is an energy thing that we have to put out there. So for the weekend, we've got 9 of Autumn. So for those of you who like shopping or didn't do your shopping over this past weekend, you might start shopping now, because this is a card of acquisition. It's a card of enjoying the things that you have, but also rewarding yourself with things. I like to think of it as being rewarding ourselves with things like a Reiki session, massage, things like that. But for some people, it does mean buying a trinket or a bauble. And something along those lines. And so, but also being in a place of peace. So we can hope that that balance from Wednesday, Thursday, that any energy that we put out in order to bring ourselves into balance is showing up on the weekend as having been successful. That, yay, we did a good job. We actually did bring in some peace and balance into ourselves by the end of the week. So if you're just joining us, we're doing the fairy messages for the week for November 26th through December 2nd. And, you know, it's a card that this is a week that is showing some anxiety, showing some energy, showing some need for finding balance, and then taking that balance and doing something with it that makes you feel good, that makes you feel like you are in a place of peace, in a place of peace. And we did those with fairy tarot cards. So let me put these away, and we will start to do some readings for other people. So I'm going to be on the radio a lot this particular week. So I'll be on Dougal Fraser's radio show on Hay House Radio. So that's coming up on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I'm on a radio show with Diane Ray with Unity Radio. So we'll be posting things about that as well, so that you guys can tune into those things if you feel called to tune into those shows. Plus, I have my own Hay House Radio show. Yeah. All right. So let's see where we're going to start today. Let's see. So let's see what I clicked on. Mary says, "Oh, how pretty the trees are! Just knows all the." Thank you, Mary. That's very kind of you. That's the Christmas trees are sort of where my uber contemporary husband and I find a place of sameness for Christmas decorations. All right, let's see. So Helen, I think, no, it didn't take. Let's see if we can find it. There we go. Helen says, "Hi, a card for me, please." Of course. So just to let you know, oh, why did I put away fairy tarot cards? Just to let you guys know, I had a little boo-boo at the gym. Oopsie. So and my cards are on a different level of the house from this. So I didn't bring every deck of cards because it's very difficult for me to get up and down stairs right now. So this week we are only working with what I could carry in one trip. So we're working with Angel Tarot cards, we're working with Archangel Power Tarot cards, and we're working with Fairy Tarot cards. So it's limited to that. Until I, can get up and down stairs a little better. So Helen, let's work with Angel Tarot cards for you. And we'll pull a card for Helen. All right. The card for Helen is Six of Earth. Six of Earth. Now, at first glance, without paying any attention whatsoever to the traditional meaning of this card, we've got a fairy flying between the scales. So, Helen, one of the things that this wants me to do is really circle back to the fairy messages for the week for November 26th and December 2nd that I just did. If you missed those messages, then I want to suggest that when this is over in approximately 30 minutes, that one of the things that you do is you go back and you watch it and you pay a lot of attention to it, because balance and a message from fairy tarot cards, this is Angel Tarot cards, and yet we pulled a fairy card, makes me sort of want to say that that message is really pertinent to you. This is also a card that talks about finances and where money sort of like comes from an unexpected source. So that might bring you some peace and might bring you some balance in your life going forward. But really go back and pay attention to that messages that will be posted on Facebook as soon as this is over, and on Instagram, and on YouTube as soon as I can download it and get it uploaded. So that's that. So let's go to Instagram. Let's see. Let's see. So Adriana is saying, hi, Rad, I have been single for a while. Any love on the horizon? Okay, Adriana. So I'm going to stick with that with Angel Tarot cards for Adriana and see if we see love on the horizon for her from Angel Tarot cards. Let's see. Okay, 2 and 1. All right. Oh, well, yeah, I would say yes. So this card is Page of Fire, Page of Fire. And it's usually about creativity. It's usually about going after our passions, but keep in mind what I just said, passions. And so when this card shows up, a very passionate kind of romantic experience can come into your life. And so these can turn into long-lasting relationships. Sometimes, though, they are passionate experiences that can come and go. So, but you asked if love was on the horizon. You didn't ask if a romp, I don't know, was on the horizon. So I think something very passionate shows up for you that has the tendency to move towards something that is more long-term. And so there you go. All right. And also it's like, this is a card that very often represents someone who is young. So you might bump into somebody as an opportunity for you who's a little younger than you. Let that be okay. All right. Just kind of keep your mind open about that. You're welcome, Adriana. All right. Facebook. Okay. Let's see. Renee, I can't wait for your book to come out. Thank you. Do you have a message for me, please, Radley? Sure. Written, this is Renee. So my eyesight, unfortunately, has gotten to the point that with Facebook, especially Facebook, I do pretty good with Instagram, but I can't even see what I'm clicking on anymore. I'm just like, whatever. So let's use Archangel Power Tarot cards for Renee and see what card we pull for her. There we go. Wow. Okay, so this is a great card. I really like this card. It's 3 of Ariel. And 3 of Ariel is where we go, where we take the initial energy, the initial creativity, the initial opportunity that comes from the ace, moves through the 2 and the 2 of Ariel, which is where we look at, wow, that was good, that was successful, now keep moving to the 3 of Ariel. 3 of Ariel is more about long-term planning than the other cards, but it's also about moving from a negative mental energy to a positive mental energy. So here's the card, Instagrammers. And here's the card for Renee. And see, you can see that on this side, we've got broken stuff. We've got chains hanging from the ceiling. We've got anchors, all of these things that in essence would feel like weighing us down. But this young man has moved to the other side. He's moved to the creative side. There's a plane that's flying high. He's got Ariel in a magic box. And so it's all about looking to the long term. So this is the time of year where people really do start to think about, okay, this year's over and what do I want to create for 2019? And this is a card that encourages that, and it encourages it from a very positive standpoint, a very positive view. And so it wants you to to look at things from that positive standpoint, because that's where you will have your dreams come true. So we'll put that card back, and we'll turn back to Instagram. So the Haiti Sharman is saying, what are my guardian angels' names? So I had those pulled aside. Sometimes I do that where I will get guardian angels' names. And so the names are Katie and Angelique. Katie and Angelique. Katie and Angelique. So those are your guardian angels' names. And so I would encourage you to work with them and encourage you to ask for validation of these names over the coming days. And ask the angels to validate them. That what will happen is that these names will come up for you multiple times or in multiple forms, and that is your validation that these are the right names for you. So clicking on I don't know what. Okay. Anna May says, from Toronto, if you please do a reading from the angels, thanks. Of course. I'm thinking it's looking really, really good that I will be in Toronto in 2019. So yay. All right. So let's see. She's asking for a reading from the angels. So we'll go back to Angel Tarot cards for Anna and see what cards show up for Anna. Hi, everybody. Welcome. 2 and 1. Okay. Okay. Oh, well. So this is a great card. I love this card. Here it is, Instagrammer, so you can see it. So this is 9 of Water. Wish comes true. What you want now comes to you. So that's a really very positive card. This is a card that talks about dreams coming true, getting the things that you want. And so one of the things that I talk about in my book, How to Be Your Own Genie, is the power and the importance of staying positive, of trusting the universe, of having faith, of believing. And so stay in a place of trust and faith and believing. And in that book, How to Be Your Own Genie, one of the things that I talk about is how important, one of the ways that you can use this time of year, the time, this season of holidays and the season of light, to sort of like really bring your heart into happiness. If a holiday song plays that means something to you, really take that into your heart. Let it fill you up. Let it make you be in a place of happiness and joyfulness and peace. Let it lift you up. And then, while you are in that place of a lifted energy, a higher energy, think about what your dream come true is. Because manifesting is as much from emotion as it is from the mental. You have to have both. Both are critical. So stay in a positive place. Let those things lift you up. I know that for me personally, my to-do list is so long, and I had really, really, really dreamed and hoped that December was going to be this time of peace and quiet, and it's not. And so I'm listening to holiday music. I'm doing things that make me feel positive in order to keep my dreams, my passions, the things that are keeping me so busy, the things that are making it very challenging for me to just be a place of peace. Instead, I'm in a place of like, ah! A friend of mine sent me a picture of Kermit. It's a GIF, and you've probably seen it. It's Kermit going, and that's how I feel right now. And so that's one of the reasons why I play the Christmas music like 24/7, trying to keep myself in this positive place and going, okay, Radley, this is super happy. Someone's saying, come to Scotland. It's gone now, but maybe. Kyle Gray and I keep talking about us doing something together. I would love to go to Scotland. Ireland is looking really good. Dublin, very possible. So we'll see how that goes. So before we go on to more readings, I did want to let you guys know, last chance to pre-order the Compendium of Magical Things. Time is almost up. This book comes out December 4th. It comes out December 4th. And so there's not a lot of time left to get all of the free stuff. It's $120 worth of free stuff that you get when you pre-order the Compendium of Magical Things. This is a book about talking to the divine, all right? It is about all these different ways of communicating with the divine, communicating with your angels, with God, with with Source, Goddess, whatever word you want to use. This is a book about not all. It's not possible it'd be like this thick, but if a bunch of selected ways of communicating with the divine, where I tried to do my best at doing something that I seem to be fairly good at, taking things that are complicated and frightening and making them not frightening and making them easy to understand. So you get $120 worth of free stuff, free videos from me, free audio meditations, an interview, all kinds of stuff. So time's almost up. Check it out. Okay, so let's go. Mickey Gem. Mickey Gem. Can I have a Power Tarot card, please? Of course. You're always welcome to ask for a specific deck as long as I have it up here. So Archangel Power Tarot cards. So for Mickey Gem. Okay, so let's see. And one. All right, for Mickey Gem. Well, here we have 9 of Ariel. Okay, so once again, we have a card here that's all about dreams coming true. Okay, dreams coming true. So very positive card, very happy card. So, you know, again, kind of what I just was saying earlier, really focus on the things that you want. But also this card is also about gratitude, okay? It's about being grateful for the things that we already have, experiencing them in their fullness, spending time alone, but not in loneliness, spending time in solitude that is joyful, spending time that makes you feel good, of just being by yourself and in peace. So there you go for Mickey Gem. Okay, so now that's going to be stuck in my head all day, Mickey Gem. Okay, so let's just pick a card from random and we'll see what it is. Okay. Jean, about an hour ago, I was just thinking of you, Ellie, and I've not seen you on my news feed in quite a while. Well, honey, I've been here. That's just Facebook being its typical screwy, random self, but I've been here every week. So one of the things that you can do in order to sort of make it happen more frequently that you see me in your newsfeed is to like things or comment on them or share them. That will tell Facebook that you want to see more of my stuff in your newsfeed. But if that's not working, just come to my page and there you will find everything. And you'll find Ask Rad here every Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. Now, also, thanks for the opportunity to bring this up, I have what I'm calling my spin-off, Ask Rad and Friends. And we have some super exciting people coming up over the next 2 weeks. It's Ask Rad and Friends, the European edition. And so I'm going to be having Rebecca Campbell on Thursday. And then the next Thursday, I'm going to have the amazing Isabelle Fonfalois. So we'll be doing it at a special time. It'll be at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. I think that would make that be. Just because we don't want these beautiful spiritual teachers falling asleep in the middle of Ask Rad. And they are 6 and 7 hours difference from where I am. So coming up, Rebecca Campbell and Isabelle Fonfalois, amazing, amazing angel teachers, amazing teachers for empowerment, and that's coming up on Ask Rad and Friends. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. Hummingbird says, can I have a reading, please? Sure. So hummingbird, that's very animal. That's very the magic of nature. So I think we'll go to fairy tarot cards for hummingbird. Okay. Now we'll pull a card for hummingbird. 2 and 1. All right, here we go. Well, the wheel, hummingbird. So this is a great card, especially with us Jupiter being in Sagittarius right now. It's its natural place. It's a place it really likes to be. This is a card that is ruled by Jupiter. And so Sagittarius and Jupiter are, well, Jupiter is about expansiveness and good luck and positive things happening. The wheel tends to show up when things seem like they haven't been moving for people very much, and the energy with the wheel starts to move. Things start to happen. I consider it to be a very abundant and prosperous card because of its alignment with Jupiter, because of that energy that is starting to move. And so especially poignant with Jupiter sitting in its home sign Sagittarius at this particular time. So watch for things to start to move for you. Watch for things to start to happen for you. You know, and if you're really into hummingbirds, you know, really, I'm sure you've done it, but really focus on that energy. It may or may not be a time of year where you're getting to experience hummingbirds in live hummingbirds, or maybe you're down under, maybe they're just starting to show up. But if you're in the United States, you're probably not going to be seeing them relatively often. And so pay attention to when you see them, like, I don't know, I don't have anything, like on a cup or a glass that someone's carrying, or on someone's phone. Well, this is Mickey Mouse, but on someone's phone cover, or in a billboard or something like that. And really, you know, if you haven't read up on the energy of hummingbirds lately, reread it, remind yourself of the magic and the reason why you chose a hummingbird as your name on Instagram. I believe that you do see them often. All right, so let's see, back to Facebook. We'll just pick whatever, who knows. So Phyllis, please, a message for me, thank you. Okay. So I'm going to go with Archangel Power Tarot cards for Phyllis. Okay. All right. For Phyllis. Okay. For Phyllis. Well, Ace of Raphael. So Phyllis, if you are single, this can talk about love that coming into your life. If you are not single, it can talk about love rekindling in the relationship that you already have. It doesn't have to be about romance, though. Sometimes this can be just an emotional experience. That's a very positive one that pops into your life, that makes you feel good, that makes you feel happy, that makes you feel joyful. You know, and it's like the Ace 2 and 3 of Raphael suit, or water suit in more traditional tarot, or cups, I guess is truly traditional, are cards that sort of talk about this sort of progression of relationships and stuff like that. But they can be also just about emotional experiences that we're having. Ace of Raphael, for example, can also be the beginning of the ramping up of your intuitive skills. And also sometimes it can be relationships with friends that are very intimate, but not romantic. I have several friends where, you know, it's like we know each other so well, we feel each other so well, hello kindred spirit, and we feel this sense of connection to one another, but it's not romantic. You know, it's just this heart-to-heart closeness. And so you might see a friendship like that come into your life. And sometimes for some people, that is way more valuable than some romantic experience happening within your life. It can be absolutely something that's more valuable and more long-lasting to have this intimate friendship that's very poignant, but not romantic. All right, so back to Instagram. Let's see. So Orlalen, can I please have a message, Rad? Love your sparkly trees. Thank you. Can I please have a message? Sure. Orlalen. I'm probably saying that absolutely wrong, so just forgive me, okay? So yeah, so I'm gonna go to Angel Tarot cards. And here we go. 2 and 1. All right. So Ace of Earth, a very positive card. This is a card about abundance and prosperity that just sort of pops in, just sort of falls from the sky. Now, the thing that I always like to remind people about this particular card, Orla. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, Orla Allen. Got it. Silly Radley. So Orla, so this is a card that talks about prosperity, abundance, sort of, but kind of keep in mind that that has many meanings, many different, it could be money that just falls out of the sky. It could be an amazing career opportunity, someone who opens doors for you. It could be someone saying, hey, I've got this place, I'll give, you know, do you want to just stay in my place 6 months rent-free while I travel the world? I mean, it can be all kinds of different things that pop into your life, but very, very often very creative. This is a very creative card, very much about this whole sense that the universe gave you a gift. Okay, so ho, 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 whatever holiday you like the best, ho, 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 and there's your present that's coming. Okay, Orla? Okay, so back to Facebook. Let's see. What does it say? Rashmi, hi, what is there for my money? Okay, so I'm just going to take that as a question about finances and prosperity. We're going to go back to fairy tarot cards for that. This is the card that we did the fairy messages for the week. And the reason I'm doing that is the fairies are really great about you're welcome, sweetie pie. The fairies are really great about abundance, prosperity, manifesting. So let's pull a card for Rashmi. Here we go. And one more. Okay. So the card is the Hermit, okay? So this card has a lot of different meanings, and most of them are not necessarily about what you think of. When you think about the Hermit, you think about being alone, but this is a card very much that's about spirituality and finding your mentor or becoming a mentor. So this is a card that I see a lot of times for people who are trying to transition to a spiritual based business or career. And this card sort of says, you know, let your light shine. So the other thing, though, is that even though I do not generally think about the Hermit as being the card for Uriel, I did just say, let your light shine. My eyes are being definitely drawn to the lantern that the Hermit is holding. And so you can ask Archangel Uriel to make you be a beacon of light, to let your light shine where other people can see it, to bring in the financial abundance and wealth that you are looking for, especially if you're trying to become or create a spiritually based business. So if you've been thinking about doing that, maybe it's time to pursue that. But this can also be a card that's a guru. So it could be a guru about spiritual things, or maybe it's a guru about someone helping you with financial issues, going to someone to help you with financial things that are going on in your life. All right, so let that go. So Jen says, any angel messages for me today, please? So Jen, I'm going to go to Archangel Power Tarot cards for you. And here we go. And for Jen. Okay, Jen. So 5 of Raphael. So Jen, it's like, this is a card that talks about an unexpected gift. So but also a request that you keep your thoughts positive. See, I'll get back to you, Facebook. So right here we have all of the gifts that she's already opened. But Archangel Raphael is pointing out that there is still a gift left in Tiffany blue. I mean, who wouldn't want that? And so this is a card that says there are opportunities, there are possibilities that you are not considering, or that you've got your eyes closed to. And so open your eyes to the possibilities that are out there. Stay in a positive space about everything that's going on in your life, and look for the unexpected gifts. Look for the unexpected presence from the universe. There's been a little bit of, I think there's been a little bit of a theme. There's so often a theme when we do readings together in this space on Ask Rad, and that theme seems to be that the universe has got some unexpected presents for us, some unexpected gifts, but we have to keep our eyes open for them. We have to sort of pay attention to what the universe is bringing us from the standpoint of messages from our angels, or possibly literally from the standpoint of prosperity or abundance that just sort of falls from the sky. And so let's keep this is a time of year where people do exchange gifts for many different reasons and many different spiritual thoughts and concepts. It's like, yes, it's like over here, Ouch Puppy saying, thank you, universe. It's like, I love that. Yes, let's say thank you to the universe. Let's embrace this gifts, embrace the beauty that's coming to us at this time of year. The season of light is what I like to call it. And as we go full on into this, you're going to see me get all merry and bright. This was subtle. Okay, this is subtle from what's coming over the coming weeks on Ask Rad. So folks, we are out of time. I love you to pieces. Again, I'm going to be on Dougal Frazier's radio show on Hay House Radio. I'm also going to be on Diane Ray's show for Unity Radio. It's a busy, busy week for me. And I'm going to have Rebecca Campbell on Ask Rad and Friends. So lots and lots of stuff going on this week. So tune in as you feel called to do so. And I will see you guys next week on Ask Rad. Love you guys, and ho, ho, ho.